This is what the devil would like to do. He would like to entrap you in sin, in addictions. And what he does when he gets you there, you have all the potential, but you're trapped. You're like enslaved, and you have to break free. If you have an addiction, don't say, it's an addiction, I don't know what to do. Go to God, go to Jesus Christ. He says, come boldly to the throne of grace, that you may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. When I smoked, I said, God, would you help me? Would you help me? And some of us, what we do, we say one time, Lord, do this for me, Lord, do that. And we give up after a few moments or a few days. We forget what we ask God. You've got to be persistent. You've got to make a decision. I'm going to pursue you, Lord, until I get delivered from this. I went after God and I said, Lord, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. How did I get there? I was hanging around chickens, and they got me addicted to nicotine. They didn't know about heaven. They didn't know about God. They were on the ground. There were chickens pecking away at the things of the world. And I said, God, help me. And I was driving the bus in South Croydon, and I took the 10 Embassy and I threw it out the window of the bus. And after I went about 50 feet, I realized I did not have any more money to buy any more. And I got out the bus with 76 people, walked back like a fool in the middle of the road and picked up those cigarettes to smoke. I cried out, God, help me. God, help me. I don't want to do this anymore. And sometimes we give up too early. We're too quick to quit. And I kept on. I said, God, help me, help me. And I was in a prayer meeting, and someone said, there's someone here, you're bound by nicotine. Now, there's only like 8 of us in the room. I didn't care. That means for me to raise my hand, it was a prayer meeting. For me to raise my hand would be admission that I've been smoking all the time I've been in church. But who cares? The church, they didn't feed me, they didn't pay my bills. I said, it's me. That man prayed for me that night. From that time, I have never ever had a desire again. Whatever your addiction is, if you go to, some of you is gossip. You think some is pornography, it's alcoholism, it's drugs, whatever it may be, it's gossip, it's backbiting, you can't control your tongue. You go to God and say, Lord, would you help me, please? And he will deliver you in Jesus' name. This where the devil's bound you. He said people are bound by the cords of their sin. Your sin has bound you. If you're addicted to sex, to fornication, or whatever it is, you're bound by your sin. And you notice when you're addicted to something, you try, but you can't walk away. That's because you're bound. And until you need Jesus to break those bands of wickedness off your life, and you say, Lord, help me.